What is up, guys? Welcome to part 4 of my Everyman Hybrid Rambling series. Last time I did one of these, we talked about the iteration theory and also the final Morse code video, which I will say again is titled slash dot slash dot. Right? That last Morse code video, there was a lot of stuff to talk about in it, like a lot of fucking stuff. So, you know, as I've said many a time, I recommend going and watching the Everyman Hybrid channel. To go give them views, they deserve it. I go recommend watching that video specifically. And I also go and recommend you to watch the Nightmind Everyman Hybrid Explained series. And also other videos on Nightmind's channel too, because Nightmind makes really good fucking videos. Now. Ooh, man, we still got stuff ahead of us. A good amount of stuff ahead of us, and we're getting into that good, man. We're getting into that really good. So why don't we properly, let's just jump into it. After the last Morse code video, where we pick up on the channel is with the video Sigma. Now don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucking twisted. We're not talking about Sigma males. We're not talking about none of that shit. For context of their use of the word Sigma, this video came out 12 years ago. Alright? And on one of the Corinthal documents, it mentioned something about a Sigma radiation, this kind of radiation that these monsters put off. So no, we're not using the word Sigma in the way of like I'm a Sigma lone wolfer grind set, Andrew Tate maxing, incel type beat, right? It's none of that. We're not talking about none of that. There's no women hating and weird Andrew Tate shit here. What we are talking about though is monster radiation. Whatever that Slendy guy puts off makes this little... Well, I almost gave a little too much away, even though I'm about to give it away. So in this video, Evan invites Alex over to his house. Even though Jeff told Alex he really shouldn't be around Evan alone, right? Because as we've seen from around even the very start of the series, there's something going on with Evan. And from that last Morse code video, we can kind of pick up that it is potentially the habit. Because in the last Morse code video, Evan said that he gets things from the habit, right? And that at a moment's notice, we saw at the end of that Morse code video, Evan started to freak out a little bit. What we can deduce from that, most likely, is that that's the habit. The habit will take over Evan's body from time to time and will want to do things on his own. And that's why Jeff is like, hey, stay away from Alex, right? But Jeff doesn't know, and Vinny doesn't know, and Alex doesn't know, and Steph doesn't know, and Daniel, and none of the people around Evan know exactly why he starts bugging, why he starts acting weird, why he starts doing things like killing deers and laughing around bags filled with blood and guts. Nobody knows that that's the habit yet, but we know it. At least we can deduce that at this point. But back to the video. The video titled Sigma is Alex, Evan goes over to Jeff and Alex's house, or he has Alex come to Evan's, and they start messing around with that little black box. And Evan talks about how when the rake attacked Sparky, it cut Evan's arm, and when he was running through the house past the black box to get to the bathroom to wipe his cut off, and like clean his cut off and like bandage it and shit, he heard that machine start, going crazy like a Geiger counter would around radiation. Tick, 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 right? Like loud. So, Evan does a little test where he pricks a little bit of his blood onto a napkin, and he pricks a little bit of Alex's blood onto a napkin. And they detect the bloods. So he puts the black box over Alex's blood, no noise. Puts the black box over his blood, no noise. Right? Does the second test to make sure that it's not broken or bugging or anything like that. Puts it back over Alex's blood again, no noise. Puts it back over his own blood, a lot of noise. Right? So, and then the video ends off with Evan being like, I guess I have fucking whatever that radiation that this monster puts off, I guess I have that in my blood. Cool. And on Twitter, Jeff puts out a tweet that's pretty much like, that pretty much states, I'm not too excited to see Alex go over to Evan's house, sneak over to Evan's house, but this is interesting. And then he talks about how Jeff, Vinny, and Steph all tested their own blood also, and it's made that same noise. So, yeah. Alright. Now we move on to the next video, titled Noah. And this is a special video on the channel. This is a collaboration with the another Slenderverse series titled that is called Tribe 12. In Tribe 12, I will give a slight brief overview. Noah Maxwell also dealing with the Slendy guy, right? And yeah. Let me get a little serious for a second. I'm gonna go more in depth into it when I do my Tribe 12 rambling series, because I still want to talk about Tribe 12 as a series itself. But I'm gonna have to go a bit more just in depth and a little more, But I just want to say that the creator of Tribe 12 was outed as a groomer and a sexual predator. And I just want to say that it feels weird to talk about Tribe 12 still because of these happenings, because of these horrible crimes, or just horrible things that happened, right? It feels weird to talk about this. So I am still going to do the Tribe 12 rambling series, and I am going to talk about the videos that I very much enjoy and the concepts in the series that I very much enjoy. But I'm also going to make a big note at the front of that video. So, yeah. Fuck Adam Rosner, dude. That's all I have to say for now. I'll go more in depth on how I feel about the fate of Tribe 12 a bit in the proper Tribe 12 rambling series. But for now, all I'm gonna say is, fuck Adam Rosner, you weird motherfucker. You fucking weird motherfucker. Go fuck yourself. Go genuinely fuck yourself. You had to go and fuck everything up. Just because you wanted to get a little bit of strange. Go fuck yourself, you motherfucker. For context, Adam Rossner is the creator of Tribe 12. And a sexual predator. So, yeah. But, being said, let's go into why he is involved with Everyman Hybrid. So, earlier on, in the series Tribe 12, Noah Maxwell, who is the main character of that series, gets a little note. Ugh. Gets a little note with purple tape on it, right? Sound familiar? And he gets a slip of paper that pertains to information for the Everyman Hybrid boys. He gets you know how I was talking about in that video where they take Alex's room back. Jeff finds a slip of paper that looks like it's incomplete to a whole page. Then rabbit number 98 finds a slip of paper. So Noah Maxwell also found a slip of paper. And I think there was a fourth person that also got a slip of paper. I can't exactly remember. I can't remember what the little message is, but yeah. Just a few little notes to give about this video is towards the start when they're going to the train station to pick up Noah. In Noah's video, which is titled Northern Trip Footage, when he gets to the train station before the Everyman Hybrid boys pull up, he's filming a little Slendy guy. There's a little Slendy guy standing near the train station. He's filming it. And as we see in the perspective, Evan's holding the camera in this video, and he's filming a little Slendy guy also, in the same spot that Noah was filming a little Slendy guy, right? But from the perspective of the car that they're in. The other dudes in the car don't notice this, pull up, and Noah's a little freaked out. He's a little like, whoa, right? And then he gets in the car and, all normal. And then they go over to someone's house. And then yeah, they go back to, I think, Vinny's house. And they just kind of look over all the documents. He has stuff pertaining to Dr. Corenthal and that, slip of paper. And they have files correlating to a person named Milo, who is Noah Maxwell's cousin. And you'll learn more about that when we get into Tribe 12 Rambling series. So, in the mail, Noah gets a letter from, most likely, Habit. It's the purple tape and stuff, right? Just correlates with Habit in general. But he gets a picture titled Mary, Milo, and Dr. C. 1991 or 1990, I don't know, some year, right? Some year. And, it, definitely is Dr. Corenthal in that picture with Mary and Milo. You'll understand who Mary and Milo are when you go through, when we go through the Tribe 12, Rambling series. But Dr. C, that very much correlates to us. To the Everyman Hybrid series. But yeah, so that little slip of papers, what that all correlated into was a sentence that you put into something and you get a file out of it. That file was a Minecraft map, which then you play through the Minecraft map, and at the end of the Minecraft map you get a password. That password was to the Everyman Hybrid Boys Mediafire account, and that led to the Corenthal documents, that now gave them the info about Milo Asher and Dr. Corenthal, right? And that's why the Everyman Hybrid boys teamed up, uh, well, met up with Noah Maxwell of Tribe 12. That is the end of that collab. Ugh. And also, at the start of that video, they collab with another Slender series called Dark Harvest 00, where the Dark Harvest boys, their car breaks down, and they meet the Everyman Hybrid boys, and they help them out with their car. But we will also discuss Dark Harvest 00. I think that will be part 5 of 5 of the Slenderverse Rambling series. So, watch out for that. And the next video that we get to is Halloween Hangover. Ugh. Now, Halloween Hangover has an all caps title, right? The Everyman Hybrid boys, they don't upload their videos with all caps titles. But there is someone that we know puts things up with all caps. That is Habit, right? 7 Trials of Habit, every single message is all caps. When Habit took over the ML Anderson channel for those 3 videos, all caps titles. So, yeah. It seems that someone is putting up videos that we aren't supposed to see, and is putting up things that, the Hybrid boys don't want to be put up. And that is very apparent in this video, because the first frame of the video is just random footage that has text over it that says, "What they haven't shown you." Now we will go through that footage that they haven't shown us now, haven't shown us yet now. This video starts, the first footage that they haven't shown us is the monster seems to be either back in Alex's room, or it's older footage of the rake in Alex's room. Or maybe it's Alex's room. It doesn't look like it's I'll say this, it does not look like it is Jeff's house. We've seen Jeff's house, right? We've seen Alex's room. It doesn't look like it. It looks like Evan's upstairs. So, there's some interesting shit going on here. But it sounds like Alex's voice, and he's calling out for Jeff. So, yeah, I don't know. There's something going on here. The next bit of footage is Jeff sitting on his bed, looking at the necklace that he was going to give to Jesselyn, or that he gave to Jesselyn. And he looks very depressed. He looks like a sad little boy. Sorry, Jeff. So the next bits of random footage is of security cam footage from Vinny's basement, where he's just kind of like sitting at a computer. Then his dog scampers along, and Vinny's like, "Oh, why is my dog all like up and at him like that?" Goes to check it out, and then it's back to that footage of Alex with the rake, and he's like walking up to the door, and he's like, "Is it gone?" And then it cuts to just like random footage of like water overtaking a park bench. And then we get revealed what Vinny's dog was freaked out about from a different perspective of a camera in Vinny's basement, where he walks around. Don't forget to say bless you. He walks around a corner, and there's a very tall guy standing in front of the security camera. We've definitely known a very tall guy in this series before, right? So Nothing new here. It's the big Slendy guy. He's standing there. And then Vinny turns tail and runs away, right? And then the Slendy guy just like kind of moves. He just kind of slinks off. Not the first time we've seen Slendy guy move in this series, but you know, it's always interesting to see the Slendy guy move. It's always interesting to see him kind of walk, right? So a lot of the time he just like teleports, but this time, he walked. So, yeah. So the next bit of footage is we're back to Jeff, sitting on his bed depressingly. This time he pulls out some pills. And he puts all of them in his hand and he pops all of them. Jeff tried to kill himself. And it looks like it's filmed from like a security camera ass perspective also. So now we have footage of Jeff trying to kill himself. Some wild shit. The next bit of footage is Evan and Vinny are going over to Lexi's house, Vinny's new little girly friend, right? And when they get there, the house is all fucked up. And Lexi's dead. Sorry, Vinny. We never got to know her, but she seemed like a cutie. And after that, the next bit of footage we see is it appears to be that Vinny's kind of being chased around his basement by the big, tall, Slendy guy. Walks up some stairs, and the Slendy guy's there. He notices that he's there. He runs down the stairs and then goes into a side room in his basement. But yeah, it seems like Vinny was getting chased around his basement by the Slendy guy. Whatever was at Lexi's house killed her, right? So in this next part, we cut back to footage of Evan walking out of the house and Vinny being like, "What was that scream? What was that noise?" And Evan's just like, "We're fucking leaving." And right after that, cuts to footage of the Vinny who was getting chased around the basement, and he's coughing up something into the sink. He's coughing up some kind of blood and or black goo. He's coughing up blood and or black bile into the sink, right? One of the four humors. He's coughing up two of the four humors into the fucking sink. And then the video ends with footage of the water has now overtaken that little that little park bench. And yeah. Now the next video is also something that we weren't supposed to see. It's titled Outside Help. And it discusses two major topics. But I need to go over some things before we even get into this video. So, you guys remember the Can You See the Words blog? It was Steph's blog, right? The Habit took it over. Habit started posting shit on that blog that implied a lot of things. So he started off posting pictures of a few different serial killers. And he was implying that he was those few different serial killers throughout history. Next thing he posted was a write-in from a little girl, a note from a little girl that detailed her father murdering her family. But he had no control over murdering her family. The next thing was an article from Roger Palladino, who was an investigative journalist named Roger Palladino, who was trying to discover something and got caught up in a whole thing, and it was essentially Roger's last writing where he explained that he got to a place and the Habit showed up, tried to kill him, but then he called a SWAT team in. He had a SWAT team on standby in some wild way. Shout out Roger Palladino for that. He got the squad behind him, I guess. And the Habit took over all of this SWAT team and started making them turn on each other and kill each other. And Roger also said that he could see the tall man standing in the helicopter above before the helicopter crashed, and just just all kinds of stuff. He said some things like habit made me keep in the cool parts, and all this stuff. Um, but then the last one was from an excerpt of a boy named Nicky. Now, Nick describes that he was trapped in his house and the furniture had started rotting and stuff, and that he couldn't leave because of something in his own head named the habit keeping him there. And there was also the tall guy. The tall guy was around the house kind of watching, never, but he was like keeping him alive. He was keeping him awake, wouldn't let him sleep. So to detail this, you have Slendy guy and the habit kind of keeping this one guy. And habit keeps talking to this guy, telling him like, you're gonna be a fucking animal, Nicky. You're gonna make your mother proud, all this shit, right? Nicholas talks about how Habit tells him that his mother was raped in order to make him, and that Habit raped his mother. And also it describes that Nick has a dog named Chowder, and it's the only thing keeping him sane, right? Chowder always being by his side, most likely because Chowder was scared of the big guy outside. And then the habit made Nick kill his own dog, and Nick knew it was the habit, but Chowder knew it was Nick. Nick has tried to kill himself a few times, and he just can't die. And the habit tells Nick that he's an experiment, right? That he's gonna make Nick fight someone. Now, in Nick's words exactly, I'm built like a house and big as a motherfucker. I'm sorry to whoever I have to fight. I'm going to kill you, right? He doesn't want to kill him, but the build that he has is going to kill someone, right? Because Nick is strong. Now, earlier on in the series, one of their Slenderman actors was the group's friend Nick, and they described him as, oh yeah, how could I forget Nick? He's, he's built like a house, right? So he's built like a brick wall or something like that, right? That's how they describe Nick. And so now we get to the video outside help. Nick, their friend Nick, breaks into Evan's house and tries to kill Evan. But the habit takes over Evan's body, and Evan is able to fight back against Nick. And he kills him. But the weird things about this is they started out the fight in Evan's basement. Nick's beating the shit out of him in Evan's basement, and then they transport to the tree at Baldpate. And throughout this video, it's a really good video. Go watch it. It's called Outside Help. It's another all caps title, so we know who uploaded it. Habit, right? But this is more footage that they don't want to be shown. You know what I mean? But he fucking. This is one of the best videos on the channel. Evan straight up kills Nick, but there was something in his head telling him like, keep going, keep doing it, keep. And Evan couldn't really control himself, right? Which is starting to become indicative of a lot of things in this series, right? There's a lot of shit going on, right? A lot of weird shit going on. I mean, indicative of a trend that we're starting to notice in the series. Um, Something's going on with Evan, and maybe it's not fully in his control. Um, but Evan breaks Nick's neck. He kills him, teleports back to his own house from the tree at Ballpate, and then also he mentions that there's like hidden cameras. He's looking at a pinhole camera right now. There's hidden cameras, hidden security cameras all throughout their house. All throughout his basement, at least. But, you know. Oh, shit. Now we move on to the next video. Hidden cameras and emails. Alright, so in hidden cameras and emails, I'm gonna go over this video fast, but I will bring up a few important points. So the most of this video is them just like looking around, finding cameras, their login cameras that they found, and then also they found a hard drive kind of taped in Vinny's backyard, right? Because they're at Vinny's house looking for cameras. Found a little hard drive taped in Vinny's backyard, and that's how Vinny got a lot of this footage. Was the there's a lot of security footage in this video. How Vinny got that footage was oh goddamn! I just got really bad at indigestion for a second. How Vinny got a lot of this footage was off of that hard drive, but then they start discussing how emails got deleted off of the Everyman Hybrid account, Gmail account. Like 3 weeks worth of emails just kind of gone in an instant. And it's weird because Jeff checks it daily. They start to have a little argument about it because Evan's like, Jeff, why'd you delete those emails, right? And Jeff's like, I didn't delete those emails. And I'm not going to try to explain what happened to those emails because I don't fucking know. And then Jeff kind of digs a little deep for a second. He's like, you don't know what fucking happened with Nick. And then Evan's like, that's fucking different, man. And, you know, but then Vinny starts to, you know, see tension, breaks it up a little bit. And that they agree that before emails start getting deleted, everyone needs to look at the emails first. And, yeah, that's the big point of emails. So the next video is a Vinny/Hybrid Christmas. And it's just the lads having a little Christmas party. They're giving gifts to each other. But in this video, there's some footage that I don't think the hybrid boys put in this. But we do get something big at the start. So it is confirmed that the last video, Hidden Cameras and Emails, the security footage in there was found by Vinny, and he incorporated it into the video. But then the 2 previous videos, which would be Halloween Hangover and Outside Help, they can't see those on the channel. They did not upload those videos. So it is confirmed at this point that that was definitely happened. Now, for the most part, this is just, you know, homies hanging out. Steph gave Evan a knife. Oh, also, in Halloween Hangover, it's confirmed that Evan and Steph are connecting a little bit, you know what I mean? Not like that. Like, emotionally connected. They're falling in love. Those crazy kids are falling in love together. Because Steph is living with Evan at the moment. It's so cute, man. Evan's got a little girly friend now. Steph's got a little boyfriend now. Aw. Duh. Right? Beautiful. Now let's go over some of that footage in this video that I don't think we were supposed to see. Now, the first bit of footage that we weren't supposed to see is, I do believe it's from a different iteration of Jeff and Vinny. And it's footage of Jeff and Vinny in a car, and they're talking, and Jeff's talking about how it feels like his parents shouldn't have been in that car crash, and it should have been him. And how he doesn't feel like it's a good fit. He's not a good fit to be a parent for Alex, right? Vinny comforts him a little bit. It's a nice little moment between 2 friends. Then they start driving forward, and they get into a little bit of a car crash, but that footage cuts off and it cuts back to the lads at the Christmas party. Go watch this video on the channel. It's very good. We're at this point we are getting into the very good section of Everyman Hybrid. So in my opinion, I recommend y'all start going to the channel and y'all start watching these videos, right? Go give those Everyman Hybrid boys views. Go give Nightmind views. Go watch Nightmind's Explained series, god damn it. Go watch the videos on the Everyman Hybrid channel, god damn it. Ugh. Now the next bit of footage that I don't think we were supposed to see is footage of Evan and Steph in his house. Steph's in the bathroom and Evan's outside with a camera, right? And then Steph opens the door. She has a pregnancy test. And it appears that Evan and Steph hug at the end of that footage. Then it cuts back to the Christmas party, right? And then the last bit of footage is, I think, Steph filming Alex playing on his guitar. And then the camera pans over to the little sock puppet that he was calling Sparky. And it appears to sound like Alex says, I know that's not my dog. And then cuts back to the party, and that's the end of the video. So, a lot of stuff going on in this video. A lot of stuff. Alright. The next video is a little double feature. The video's Jim Thorpe and Jesse. So, they're going to go meet their friend Jessie at her grandma's house in Jim Thorpe to go discuss some Corinthal stuff, right? And when they get there, something appears to be wrong. Right? So Evan, like he does, brute force charges into the house, and then you hear some thumping and bumping in the home, up against windows and stuff. Evan appears to be in a fight, right? And then you hear Evan throw something out of a window. Vinny goes to the back of the house, and what is it but the rake? The rake starts attacking Vinny. Jeff has an air horn that he got in the Christmas video, and he uses it to scare off the rake, or call the rake to his attention, right? And then, in the next video, Jesse, Vinny's fine, Jeff's back, and they walk around the house to see Evan walking out covered in blood and, like, all fucked up. He appears to be crying a little bit and, like, not doing too okay. And Vinny's about to walk into the house, and Evan's like, Vinny, she's gone, right? And, Vinny's like, dude, I see her laying right there. And Evan's like, dude, she's dead. That's all that's left of her. Let's fucking go. You can't just film that. And then, you know, they leave. Their friend Jesse has died. Rest in peace. And Jeff explains that he wasn't trying to run off on Vinny. He was trying to get its attention, and he let it chase him out into the woods, and then eventually the big slendy guy appeared, and the rake ran off after that. So, you know, this kind of confirms what they were talking about earlier in the last Morse code video, where, you know, it seems like the slendy guy has ownership over them, and that's why the rake won't attack him. The rake tried to, and the slendy guy intervened, right? So, yeah. And by the way, rest in peace, Jesse. This goes to the next video, intermission, where Vinny explains that they need to come, that the boys need to come to a decision before they upload this next bit of footage. And then after that, we get the video Consensus. In Consensus, Vinny goes to pick up Alex, because they need to go to Jesse, because they're going to Jesse's funeral. But on the way to the funeral, some fucked up shit happens, and uh, Vinny and Alex end up on some like weird back road. And also, this is the first video in the series where the camera quality is like up. Like, they got a new camera, and the camera quality is really good. I just wanted to state that. But, when Vinny wakes up on this back road, Alex is gone, and you can see a little Slendy guy standing in the distance. And then Vinny starts walking down a road. He sees this black goo. This black goo leads him to a body bag. And when it gets cut onto the body bag, you see a bunch of flashes of Alex's face. So, Alex is dead. Jeff's brother is dead. Rest in peace, Alex. Ugh. Which is some wild shit. That was the footage that they were having a hard time kind of pinning down if they were going to upload or not. Yeah. I think for now, this is where we will stop our Everyman Hybrid rambling and discussion. Well, I want to say some things about Jim Thorpe, Jesse, and the video Consensus. They're all really fucking good videos. They're really amazing. 2 videos in a row where someone's dead and dies around their life. Really fucked up. Seems like we're getting to a point of culmination. People are disappearing, and the Hybrid Boys and Steph kind of alone at this point. They're kind of just have themselves left. But yeah. Especially, I just want to say, like, the effects on the rake, like all the practical effects that they did to make the rake, which is, I'm pretty sure it's just one of them covered in like white paint and with some like black stuff around their eyes. It's kind of, I don't know. It's really good. And the video Consensus is definitely one of my favorites on the channel. Go check out those Everyman Hybrid boys. Please. Please go check out those Everyman Hybrid boys. They're so good. But this will be it for now. This is part 4. Bro fist.